In the year 1999, the Manila Metro Rail Transit was opened to the Philippines. It was the second rail transport system to be ever constructed in the country, right after the light rail transit, which had opened way back in 1984. It was designed to combat future traffic congestions, spur economic activities, and create a grand traveling experience. The first track to be established was called the Metro Rail Transit Line 3, and originally, the government created it as a one-line system. But years have passed since its opening. Several new proposals have been presented to the National Economic and Development Authority to construct more rapid rail transit lines for commuters to use. However, due to several reasons, not one of those schemes was ever made into reality. One of these programs was called the MRT Line 7. It was proposed and even got approved way back in 2004. It was indeed supposed to start its construction in 2005 and was going to be built up by a multinational consortium composed of French, American, Filipino, and several other parties. But because of insufficient funding for it, it was delayed for more than a decade. Only until 2014, it was given the green light when the contractor of the project secured the finance for it, but the development only started 3 years later in 2017. The project is undergoing the Public-Private Partnership Program with San Miguel Corporation, the country's largest company and one of the most famous alcohol brewery businesses in the world. The project took time because of funding constraints. That is because this project was quite a hefty one, as it has an estimated cost of over 62 billion pesos. The Metro Rail Transit Line 7 is over 22.8 kilometers long and would include 14 stations. It will also have a daily capacity of over 850,000 passengers. This is more than the whole light rail transit system combined, even after all those extensions going on. In fact, this isn't like the only thing that San Miguel Corporation is planning, as they want it to be longer, lengthy enough to reach their new project, called the New Manila International Airport. They had also contracted the Hyundai Rotem to supply over 108 train cars for the program. Hyundai Rotem is one of the largest railway enterprises in the region, and as the name suggests, they are owned by the famous car brand Hyundai. This subsidiary company of theirs is actually quite notorious for manufacturing train sets around the world. They have supplied to American countries, European countries, Middle Eastern countries, and likewise Asian countries. This is to say that even though this project had not been in partnership with a Japanese railway company, doesn't mean it won't look world-class. I am sure that they will exceed everyone's expectations. In detail, these trains are capable of going as fast as 90 kilometers per hour and have the capacity to accommodate over 1,166 passengers. And the best part among all these is that they are all complete and ready for operation. The Metro Rail Transit is in fact certainly one of the greatest projects in the future. When completed. Why? Because Line 7 isn't the only one being constructed. The Metro Manila Subway and Makati Intercity Subway are also part of this rail system, as the underground metro is actually the Line 9 and Line 5 of the said structure, and there are plans of constructing a total of over 10 more lines, including the subways. This means that when all of this is completed and running, the whole Manila Metro transport will run across 124 kilometers of track and have 70 stations around the cities. This is a plan to connect the majority of the capital through a rail transit line strategy and would benefit all the 25 million residents living in the Metro Manila area. It would probably have a daily capacity of at least 5 million riders daily, but it could go up to as much as 10 million. Despite delays that occurred for more than a decade, the train route is now close to operational, with 2021 being its year of opening. This project will greatly promote the country as a whole, but I'm sure the ones who will get the most from it are those who do business, or who have real estates near the stations, as it is where the people come in and go. And just like any other projects out there, this one has its own problems. This includes opposition from environmentalists, societies in general, and so much more. Along the way, it's also moved a lot of informal settlers and even had to go to a court trial, which creates quite a bit of issues to the contractors. Nevertheless, it's still one of those grand projects in the country. Anyway, what do you think about the Metro Manila Rail Transit Line 7? Share with us your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to leave us a like and follow us for more amazing videos. Thanks for watching!